Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, I want to talk about who will be playable in Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment and share my predictions on who else will be playable in the game. Now before we get started, I just want to let you know that I'm trying to reach 100 subscribers by the end of this year. So if you enjoy my content, please subscribe to my channel to see even more great videos. And I would greatly appreciate your support. But with that said, let's get started. Now, here are the hard confirmed characters in this game. These are the characters that should be considered hard confirmed because they are shown to be playable in the trailers. We got Zelda, Rauru, Minoru, Kia, Ardi, Augusta, Rafika, Korok, Link Construct, and some random Hylian guy. Now, I don't think that the random Hylian guy is the same person as the character I'll touch on later, but these here are all the hard confirmed characters for the game. Now, here are the characters who are very likely to be playable, but not 100% confirmed. I believe that Sonya falls into this category because she is a very significant character and we do see her do a Sync Strike. However, and spoilers, she dies at a certain point in the game, and this game is 99% likely to be canon. I won't 100% confirm it until I play this game, but this would affect her possibility of being playable further on because of her death. But I believe that she will still be playable, but at least not during the main story after her death. Now, during the trailers, we also saw a companion for Ardi and a companion for Rafika. Now, I believe those two companions are also likely to be playable based on their unique design and personality, but they were only shown during Sync Strikes, which wouldn't 100% confirm whether they are playable or not. But I do believe they're playable because they have a unique design and their personalities are also really big as well. And if they are playable, then we'll definitely see Kia and Augusta's companions as well. Now, the final character that falls under this category is I gotta get used to her name. Lenalia. I believe that she will be very likely to be playable because when the sages' names were revealed, Lenalia was also introduced to us for the first time. This indicates that she is a major character, but she was never shown during combat. Now, I actually believe Lenalia is not the same character as the random Hylian guy, because their facial designs are very different. Now, it is possible that the portrait of the random Hylian guy is just a placeholder for Lenalia, but I doubt it. However, I do believe that Lenalia will be playable at some point. Now, here are the characters I believe will be unlocked during the post-game. Now, Ganondorf is a lock for being a post-game character. In Age of Calamity, Calamity Ganon was a post-game character, so it's definitely possible that we will unlock and play as Ganondorf in Age of Imprisonment. The next character, or the next characters I should say, we could see the Twin Rova. I believe that we will play as them at some point, because their designs are pretty different from rest of the Gerudo, since they resemble more like the Twin Rova from Ocarina of Time. I believe that they will be joint characters, similar to how Pura and Robbie were in Age of Calamity. That's all I can think of that could be unlockable during the post-game. However, it is also possible that we could also see the Great Fairies in the game as well, if they existed during that time. Now, all the characters I mentioned sum up to 19 playable characters in the roster, which include Twin Rova, the Great Fairies, and also the 4 companions for the sages. However, the file size we were shown is very massive, being 44.9 gigabytes. That is bigger than Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom combined. It could mean that this big file size is due to the game being 4K 60 FPS with a lot of cutscenes, but there is also a possibility that this game could be even more massive than we thought. So I am going outside of the box and creating a cope roster. Now, I am going to talk about the characters that will definitely be playable if the game is not canon. I will not talk about the possibility of a non-canon route because that is a separate video. The characters that will 100% be playable if this game is not canon are Link, Sidon, Tulin, Yunobo, and Riju. Link is the protagonist of Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, and every Zelda game aside from Echoes of Wisdom. So he has to be in the game if the game is not canon. The other 4 characters are current sages, so they also have to be playable. There are the characters that are most likely playable if this game is not canon. But let's make this roster a pure cope roster. For the pure cope roster, I believe that we could see Master Koga be playable. He could start off as a villain at first, before joining the good side and becoming playable. We could also see even more characters from races that are not just for the current sages. We could see Yona from Zora, Bellaria from Gerudo, Teba from Ritos, and the 2 little Gorons from the Gorons. This will realistically never happen, but those characters could fly back in time as well. But now the biggest cope in this roster is that we will see the champions from Age of Calamity. We could see Mipha, Daruk, Revali, and Urbosa, all from Age of Calamity, travel to the past and partake in the imprisoning war. And we could also throw in Impa, Hestu, and Suga, all from Age of Calamity in the game as well. This will be an absolute cope roster, and I wish we get to see this, as this will be a dream roster for sure. Sadly though, this will never realistically happen at all. The 19 characters I mentioned at the start will be the main roster, along with a couple more characters. But if there is a non-canon route option, then Link and the current sages will also be playable as well. But this game is explicitly confirmed to be canon, meaning that we will most likely not see Link and the current sages in the base game. However, the file size for the game is massive, and so there is possibility that we'll see a lot more characters we wouldn't expect to see in the game. But the 19 characters I mentioned are the characters that will most likely, and for most of them, they'll definitely be playable. Thank you for watching this video. If you like my video, hit that like button and please subscribe to my channel. I am trying to reach 100 subscribers by the end of this year. I'll greatly appreciate your support. With that said, take care everyone, and I'll see you next time.